Okay. Who here wishes they could survive on a few less hours of sleep each night so that they can work more? Hi, my name is Andy Tao. My pronouns are they, them. I work 3 part-time jobs, one as a museum curator, an art educator, a game designer, along with some acting work, focus group gigs, all while trying to make my own art, and also sell my body to science. So I'm puttering along here with boss-imposed deadlines, self-imposed deadlines. Friends, please don't forget about me obligations. I swear this relationship is a priority pressure, biological clock ticking, etc. Vaguely determined to have success as an artist, a healthy work-life balance, and a retirement portfolio by the time I'm 27. This do-or-die trying rush to some arbitrary finish line reminds me of an awful time in my life. When all I did was stare at a computer, mining volatile elements and hearthstoning to the nearest auction house before the market became saturated and prices leveled out, any hour not spent camping vein respawns was lost gold. Hi, my name is Andy and I'm an addict. It wasn't until an ex of mine said during a breakup, "You're a work addict. Good luck. You're going to have a great career," that I started to consider how my ambition could negatively impact my life. What? I'm Asian. My dad is a work addict. His parents were work addicts. I was raised to be a well-oiled machine. What else could I be? Of course I'm a work addict, and I wear it with pride. My work addiction had seemingly rewarded me my entire life. Out of all my addiction, this addiction has been my most productive one. In fact, our entire culture rewards work addiction. We talk about Japan and business people dying of work exhaustion, but come on, look at places like Silicon Valley. Our own games industry is riddled with crunch, and we're all aware of it, right? And especially as indie developers, we often joke about how work addicted we are. In fact, we fetishize it. And because we consider ourselves artists, we impose our work addiction on ourselves, excusing our actions as noble and devoted to some larger entity. This shit is toxic. It's what alienates and isolates us. There's this joke in the movie Velvet Buzzsaw that hits really close to home. I don't date artists. They're already married. This is my thesis. We gotta start taking work addiction more seriously, more honestly on an individual level, and more proactively on a cultural level. Let's get this straight. Addictions are a form of self-harm. They are beyond self-medication. Their compulsions mean you cannot control them. When we lose control and succumb to compulsive behavior, we degrade our sense of self and the relationships we have with those around us. If you think you have any addiction, I suggest Googling whatever addiction checklist. Here are just some qualifications on the workaholics checklist I find most interesting and possibly even unexpected, and possibly relate to. Please keep in mind you only need to identify with 3 of these symptoms to qualify as a workaholic, if you feel that you are one. Okay. Do you try to multitask to get more done? Do you take work with you to bed, on weekends, on vacation? Do you feel like a slave to your emails, texts, or other technology? Do you resist rest when tired and use stimulants to stay awake longer? Do you regularly underestimate how long something will take and then rush to complete it? Do you resent your work or the people at your workplace for imposing so many pressures on you? Pressures. Quote, pressures. Do you get irritated when people ask you to stop doing what you're currently doing in order to do something else? Are there times when you are motivated to push through tasks when you don't even want to, and other times when you procrastinate and avoid them when you would prefer to get things done? Procrastination is surprisingly a symptom of work addiction. Here's where it gets really dark. Are you afraid that if you don't work hard all the time, you will lose your job or be a failure? Do you feel agitated when you're idle and or hopeless that you'll ever find a balance? Addiction is driven by fear. It is an attempt to escape. Addiction scientist and addict herself, Judith Grisel, describes addiction as a merciless compulsion to remodel our realities by altering brain function. As game designers, we spend all our time remodeling reality for other people. This means we have the power to remodel our own lives and our community culture. I'm going to leave you with an affirmation. When I take time, I make time. The more I take my time, the more time I have to take. I don't have time not to have time. I have a lot more to say about addiction, so if you want to talk afterwards, I might be around, and I would love to talk to you. Let's iterate on the design of our lives and our cultures, less grinding and smarter play.